Howdy guys, we are in topic 6. This won't be a full video for topic 6. I'm only going to pick things up where we left off in class. I had just finished recording an entire video for the whole thing, but my computer seemed to glitch and it didn't have any audio, and yeah, not super fun. Lost like an hour's worth of work there, but hey, who cares? Life happens. So we're going to pick up where we left off. So how do we see color? Well, we're back to the anatomy of the eye. Here it is. Cornea in the front, pupil, it's a hole. Lets light go through it. Iris controls how big that pupil is. Lens refracts and focuses the light so that it can have its focal point on the retina. And the retina, as we've been talking about, is like our projection screen. Okay. And something we haven't really talked about, though, is what is inside the retina. What is the retina made of? The retina is made up of photoreceptors, which is a fancy word for specialized cells whose main function is twofold. Number one, to detect light, to see if there's actually light entering the eye or not. And secondly, to interpret color. Now, how does it do that? Well, photoreceptors are able to do that because we have two different types of photoreceptors. Rod cells, so we can see why they're a rod. Look at them. It's a rod. Rod cells are the ones that detect light. So when light enters, rods take in that sensory information and they communicate through nerves that connect to our optic nerve, which goes into our occipital lobe in our brain, so that our brains can understand that there's light entering our eye. And the second type of photoreceptors are cones. You can see how they're kind of shaped like a cone here in this diagram, okay? And cones' function is to interpret color. Now notice we have blue, red, and green. Blue, red, and green. And that's really important because the primary colors of light are, if we go back a slide, blue, red, and green. And again, TVs work the same way. We did talk about this in class, but this is a zoomed in image of a TV screen. And a TV screen is made up of just red, blue, and green light. And when the combination of that red, blue, and green light changes, it allows our brain to see different colors, any colors that we're able to see on a TV screen. So the browns, the yellows, the pinks, those are all just thanks to different combinations of red, blue, green, our primary light colors. And the reason that works for us is because this is how our eyes are designed. We've got blue, red, and green cones that interpret those three different colors and the combinations of those colors that make all the other colors. Kind of cool, I think. People who are colorblind, they are missing some of their cone cells. So someone who doesn't interpret all shades of green, or maybe they can't see reds or greens, they would have not what is typical, the same amount of cones as like a typical eye. Maybe they're missing their green cones, and that's why their brains can't interpret it. So rather than, instead of seeing like that green tree, they would see it as like a gray tree. It'd be some kind of a shade of gray. Now, before you if you're thinking in your heart right now, like, oh, geez, I feel bad for people who are colorblind. I mean, don't. They can't fathom that color that they're not seeing. And we talked about this in class as well. But when we're looking at that visible spectrum, the color spectrum of light, these are the colors that we are limited to as well. Bees and other organisms, they've got a wider color spectrum. They see colors that we can't interpret. Those animals, they would say to humans like, hey, you're colorblind. You don't see, this color that would be over here or this color that would be over there. And it doesn't hurt us at all either. So it's not really something to pity. It's just something to understand that people who are colorblind, they've got a different amount, or rather a less amount of cones that we do. And here's just a closer image of it. You can see the rods, cones. Oh, by the way, there's a blind spot in our eye where we literally can't see anything. It's literally a blind spot. Everyone has it. And the reason we have this blind spot is because this is where the optic nerve would be. And all the tail end of these photoreceptors. They're all hooked up with wires. These are nerves, okay? And all those nerves, kind of like the cords in the back of a computer, all funnel into the optic nerve here. So right there are no photoreceptors because it's all just kind of like the cords, the tail ends of these photoreceptors bundling up into this big nerve. And that's why it's a blind spot here. Different images of these photoreceptors. So photoreceptors, they are specialized cells. And like all cells, well, most cells, they have organelles inside of them, including nucleus, a nucleus. Okay, kind of cool. We can see how the cones in this image are a lot more shaped like cones. Are they exactly shaped like this? Likely not, but pretty darn close probably. This is a video you need to watch on your own time. Don't just watch the first 3 seconds. Watch the whole video. Do yourself a favor. Boom. Last thing, guys, this is just kind of a fun little website. It allows us to play with those 3 primary colors, red, blue, green. And what you're going to be doing with this website, if it ever loads, there we go, is just playing around with color. So you can click on this and drag it around. Notice how the selected color changes as I go up and down, right? So right now I'm playing with different shades of this particular color. If I go all the way up to red, I can start farting around with it, up and down and around, cool. Okay, so not only am I changing the amount of red, green, and blue, I'm playing around with saturation and other aspects as well. I'll be honest, I don't know what the H and V stand for, but S stands for saturation. I believe, H refers to the color itself here. S is saturation. V, not sure. But anyway, doesn't matter. Another thing you can do, though, rather than just dragging this around, you can play around with the values. So you can be like, hey, 0 red, 0 green. Let's go 200 blue. Cool. Let's round it up. Let's throw in a little bit of green. 50. Ooh, let's bump that number up. 100. Cool. Let's go 100 green, and let's go 25 red. Neat. Let's go 900 red. Cool. Ooh, let's go 999, 999, 999, 999. Ooh, weird. Neat. Anyway, experiment with this, guys. It's kind of fun to play around with color and seeing how, whoa, like that. Seeing how different combinations of those 3 primary light colors can result in different colors themselves, which is exactly what's happening inside of our eyes all the time. All the time. Okay. So I hope this video didn't ramble on for too long. I tried to make it as quick as I could. Thank you guys for completing your study guides. Thank you for filling out your follow-along notes. Yeah, thank you. Have a great rest of your day. Bye for now.